Okay, so that was a super fun start to the day. I'm actually going to the office today, which I've only done one other time before, so I'm not super well versed on like how long it takes me to actually get into the office. So I'm going in. I usually work really remotely. I'm going in because we have these things called connection days where everyone in our department will go in and we'll have different meetings and try to actually meet people outside of a Zoom screen. So I'm actually super excited to go in, but on my way I realized I was totally gonna miss my morning check-in. We have like a smaller group that we meet with every morning. So I stopped at a Starbucks to do that. So at least I have coffee now. That's a good thing. Now I'm going to drive about 15 minutes over to our office, which is just up in Kits. And I'll try my best to share throughout the day, but I've only been to the office twice, so I don't know how comfortable I feel like whipping out my camera, but we'll see how the day goes. I like to start my day out by mapping what I think the day will look like. As I mentioned before, I'm a fan of planners, but lately, especially for work, I've just been using my own template or layout. I've been using the Moleskine Grid notebook to do this. I start out with my top 3 tasks for the workday, but also for life. Keeping a view of my life being this holistic thing that includes my life outside of work really helps a lot with my anxiety throughout the workday. I then divide the page into timeline and brain dump. I then go in and time box the day with meetings or other time-dependent tasks, and then throw in all the tasks I think I'll be able to get to that day. Under brain dump, I write out all the things that are stressing me out, I want to remember, or things I need to get to. This makes me feel like they're sort of out of my brain and exist somewhere where they will get prioritized. Of course, priorities can shift and I have to be open to that, but I like having this mental map to start off the day. A big chunk of my day was focused on connection, so I headed off to that meeting with the larger team. I didn't film the actual meeting, but I appreciated having the opportunity to think out of my day-to-day tasks and particularly enjoyed this session on building new habits. I found this to be a pretty interesting one. Okay, I was going to attempt to walk and talk, but I'm way too self-conscious for that. There are too many cyclists going on around here. Okay, it is much later in the day. I don't even know if you can hear me, but I went for a little walk around the building and I'm outside now under this really beautiful tree, just hanging out. I find that I can't sit at a desk all day. If I'm at home, I definitely can. I can be a complete slob. But when I'm at the office, I need a mental break. So I like to get outside, even if it's just a walk around the building and being outside for a second. The rest of the workday wasn't super interesting. I think when I'm in the office, my workflow definitely shifts to being more meeting focused. When I'm in the office, I would say it's 70% meetings and connections and about 30% actually sitting down and working on projects. Working from home, it's definitely flipped, but being in the office, it's definitely a nice shift. I am actually back in the car. Not much of an actual on-the-go day-to-day here in the office. It's actually my second time here at the office, so I'm still trying to figure out people's Zoom faces to who they actually are in 3D, so not super comfortable pulling out a phone while still trying to get to know people, but I'll try to throw out my timeline here so you can understand the chunks of time that I spent here at the office. Since it is my second time, I don't know if I already mentioned, I was coming in on these things called connection days. A lot of my team is actually fully remote, so it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to come in on the day-to-day because all of my meetings would still be on Zoom and things like that, so virtual working. But on these sort of connection days, people across the department, whoever is able to come in, comes in. So it's nice to try to actually meet people in real life. I think it really energizes me, at least, to kind of meet the people that I am working with and kind of get a human interaction in. So it's definitely nice, but I didn't feel comfortable pulling out my camera and sort of filming them. I'll show you some of the things in the office that I got up to, some kind of notable things that I was able to do. One, I was able to get my computer fixed. So the last Windows update really did a number on my laptop. Was able to get that fixed. So that's a win. Had a lot of meetings today, and then I was able to get in a coffee chat with someone who's on my team that I've only ever met virtually. So that was nice as well. What I find, at least, is that working in the office, it's great for meetings and those sort of interactions and getting those sort of to-dos done. But I think in terms of getting my head down and actually working on a project, I'm definitely probably better at that at home. There's maybe less distractions. But overall, it was a good day, and now I'm going to be headed home.